solo.
Wall off. Rotating. They're rotating high ground. Where you are.
Okay, let's just back up.
I like what Grant just posted in chat.
Back up point, keep going back.
Alright, can you pause it real quick?
Enemy if you want to.
So this is where... Is this the one where it all falls apart? Where they end up like rotating all the way around? And then they cap this point?
I'm not sure.
I think we do hold off one of these rotations.
I forget which one of the... yeah, okay. Keep going. It's whichever rotation that we end up losing is what I want to ask about. So,
okay.
Keep going.
Does anybody know what ult we have right now? Have I pressed tab in a while?
No more tab-itis.
Slam?
Okay.
Have we used
No
slam?
tab-itis.
I know we have to use slam.
Okay,
but,
then we have slam,
I have
nano,
grab.
from what I've just heard from
honestly, I would imagine we all have our ults, right? Because have we used ults?
We have not.
Oh, we did.
Wait.
Did Soldier ult? No, he didn't.
No, because he's in the comms right now. He's saying you can nano me if you want. So it sounds like.
Oh, okay. So we have nano, that 3. Zarya, I'm coming up on my graph here pretty soon, probs.
Okay. So like, I probably should have used slam maybe the last push, but I think it looked like a win.
Well, we killed the Reinhardt, so it's like.
Oh yeah.
I can kind of see why you didn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Like, either way, they're gonna have to retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think you'd get a whole lot of value out of it because they were going to pull back off the Rhine anyways, or when they lost the Rhine. So.
Yeah, visor. I'm going to in a second. Yeah.
Just let me know when you want it.
Just gonna wait for them to fall.
Leave it.
They're going up to you. They're going up top.
Just keep backing up. Stay on this back side.
Rape.
Ah!
Actually, let's back around to this side. Back around. Keep going this way. Come back to the right.
Okay.
Come back to the right.
I can give it to you, soldier, whenever.
You drop down. Drop down.
I'm nanoing right now. Enemy.
Oh, that's huge anti.
Somewhere else. Please.
I think we need ults to keep me alive.
Refine.
Get the rank.
Oh shit.
Okay, yeah, you were right, Ace. But they used so many ultimates to get that.
Yeah, like in this situation, like
and coalescence, right?
So like in these situations, right? Sorry. So we nano visor.
Blizzard beat.
Right?
And beat for the grav.
Okay.
And then they still have coalescence, right?
No, they
use grav.
I think they use coalescence.
So like in these situations, like it's really hard because like May's ult is just so powerful there.
There's nothing you could have done because they like pop 5 or 6 ults. If y'all use that, y'all would have nothing for next fight.
They used all 6 ults.
Did we like have to do nanovisor, or could we like? Because Cole died there because we didn't have anything to save him. Nano would have saved him.
Yeah, I agree. Like in these scenarios, like nanovisor was early. I think we should have held off on the nanoing the visor and probably waited.
Because they're just dropping down on high ground, and then as soon as y'all pump no visor, they grabbed and walled, beated, and then once the grab were off, they blizzard, and they shattered Blossom. I just never saw the coalescence, but I wouldn't doubt if they used it.
They did. I think they did. We can roll it back, but if you want, but. Do you think in these scenarios we should have, instead of nanoing, in hindsight, this is hindsight, right? I understand the judgment call, and the call was to nano visor, right? That was the call that we made. In hindsight, would it have been better for us to nano the Rhine instead?
Yeah, potentially.
Right. What do you think, Cole?
I mean, I agree. Well, I said in the when it was going on, I was like, "You're gonna need to ult me to keep me alive." And then
but they had nothing.
I think that was after. That was after they nanovisor.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was way after.
Okay.
And also, maybe my beat could have been a little bit delayed because we were grabbed, but I don't think they were able to do too much damage to us. But I'm not sure.
You counter beated. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I understand that as a judgment call. Like these are judgment calls that we made, and that judgment call of beating the grav was, as a judgment call, it was good. Like I wouldn't have said don't beat there. I think it was a good judgment call. In hindsight, when we look at it, we can see. I don't think Zarya got much out of that grab. I don't think. Right?
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
That's why they used Blizzard.
We might have been able to come out on top there if as soon as they grabbed us, we just grabbed and sent freeze, like just countered
Okay.
it.
I'm not sure if we had grab at that point. Though.
We did.
Okay.
I had it. Can you roll it back a little bit?
And that
Yeah, I
might
think
not
that's
be-
a good idea. We could have counter grabbed, and like I had the mail.
And
I don't
counter
think we had
freeze, so
mail
that
yet,
it's
so-
kind of just like stagnant. Nothing happens. Basically, we're still even.
Oh, I know, a little too far.
Well, if I would have ulted at
Oh,
the
I'm
same
about to die.
time, like when we grabbed them,
Thank you.
we'd have been able to wipe them
roll a
probably.
little forward to the next fight, like when they're on high ground.
It's really hard to go like a very
Ah,
small
okay, yeah,
amount.
okay, it's fine. We'll just wait
Flies
it
in
out.
I can tell.
Promise.
I can. Okay, I can pause this. Okay.
Oh god, stop moving so fast. I can't keep.
I don't know if it pauses for everyone when I pause it.
Alright, come
It
in.
doesn't.
He's probably gonna wall. Yeah. You can.
Okay.
If you're out of sync, you gotta like refresh the
Do
page.
they have any ults? Probably not.
I don't know, man. I couldn't see the kill cam.
She's at 70 when they're coming
They're
in.
not going up there.
Well, yeah. Oh, wait. I need to.
Oh yeah, you might have it.
Okay.
You know?
Yep. See, then I did that, and then. Yeah.
Maybe I click tab again.
Okay, I've got Shatter.
I-
I'm going for Shatter this fight.
Did anybody see it?
I
Yeah.
saw it, but like I don't. Like they were already pulling back, so I don't know if that would have delayed much to do that. You know what I mean?
Oh wait, I think we're at different points.
Oh wait, are you not at
208.
I'm at 208.
They're walling off. They're rotating.
215 now.
I'm gonna refresh. Hold up.
Okay, let's just back up. To the
I
back
ran
point.
to you.
To the back of point. To the back of
Okay.
point.
Wait. Okay. We were at the back a point. Rotating.
And if you want to.
You have visor?
Visor. I'm going to in a second. Yeah.
Just let me know when you want it.
Just gonna wait for them to fall.
Leave it.
I'm
They're
gonna-
going up to you. They're going up top.
Just keep backing up. Stay on this back side.
Rape.
Ah!
Actually, let's back around to this side. Back around. Keep going this way. Come
I
back
guess
to the right.
basically what I was trying to say earlier was like I don't think we need the nano to make the visor really valuable. I think it would have been fine just
Yeah.
by itself.
Enemy.
Okay.
Somewhere else.
I think the wall cut them off, and that's why the grab wasn't as effective.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
we
trying
But
to
then
see
right
too,
here,
like-
like where he just paused, like he's about to die. If we had nano, we might have saved him. Saved
No, I
the
think
fight.
we could have got those kills without Nano though. But it doesn't matter at the point.
The tac visor kills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did they use Blizzard?
Yeah.
Yeah, they use Blizzard here. Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, you're calling Blizzard. Yeah, dang it. Yeah.
I mean that's hard. So Tight made the call, no more ults, so everyone was probably just going with that, which is fine. But I kind of think that if we would have popped Grav like to counter their Grav, and then if Grant would have just thrown his freeze down, we probably could have saved the point.
Can you roll it back just a little bit? 10 seconds maybe.
Oh my-
That's
Oh my god.
That ladder's hard to do.
shit.
Oh, went away again.
Wait. This is
Okay.
This good here.
Just gonna wait for them to fall.
Leave it.
I'm gonna-
They're going up to you. They're going up top.
Just keep backing up. Stay on this back side.
Ah!
Actually, let's back around to this side. Back around. Keep going this way. Come back to the right. Come back to the right.
I can give it to you, soldier, whenever.
I'm
drop down,
I'm
drop
in-
down?
I'm nanoing right
Looking
now.
for.
Grab. I should have counter grabbed here.
I don't know if the counter grab would have been that useful though, because they were behind the wall.
Yeah, it would have.
Zarya was in
No,
front of the wall.
It pulls them. Okay, it pulls them through walls.
Yeah, it pulls him against
Grav
the wall.
pulls through walls.
Yeah.
But I guess I just didn't see us die to the grab.
No, we
But that-
didn't. My point is that
Yeah.
Ryan charged me out of the Grav, so that's unfortunate. And then
Oh,
May
that's
threw
what's happening
freeze
right
in.
now. Okay, I see.
Yeah. And so I'm saying that if they had been contained in their own Grav, and if we had gotten freeze in there, then we probably could have at least turned that fight around to have a winning chance, especially because we got 2 kills with tac visor, so technically we're up right now.
hmm
I would say.
Yeah.
I agree. In that instance, I think instead of nano visor, we probably could have just grab visored instead. Like, I think the better call would have been to grab visor, save
But
nano.
why would you
No,
visor and grab?
I think that this is fine. I think what we did with the visor is fine. I'm just saying that we need to get into a habit of, I think, pouring a little bit more resources into a fight, because we had 3 ults and we still lost the point. Like, we shouldn't have lost the point with 3 ults. You know?
Well, we ended up throwing the mail. Well, my point is, like, you couldn't use your ult because you died.
Well, I couldn't.
Like, Cole, you
but
were taken
guys
out of the
couldn't.
fight.
Right. But you guys could. Like, if we would have thought about it earlier and did the count, like, what I'm saying is just for, like, next time, if we're going to lose the point, all 6 of us are alive, we're actually up 2 right now, it's probably a good idea to pour some resources into the fight.
Yeah, we do. It's just not as much as they did.
We don't.
I think Grant, are you frozen at this point? Because I don't think he could be able to get freeze out.
Because
Grant
doesn't throw freeze out until, like, he's the only one left.
Is he caught in their maze freeze?
The blizzard?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe.
But is it worth using ults when you're down your main tank?
Well, at this point, we're not
so.
down our.
Well, we wouldn't have been down our
like,
main tank if we would have saved Nana for.
But I
the
still
tanks.
think it's a good idea. Like, even if you're down a main tank, I think it would have been.
Because
okay.
technically,
Well,
we're up.
Also, your soldier
We're
was
up.
like saying nano me, so I don't think he had much of a choice.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the,
no, we shouldn't have. I don't
here's
think.
the other thing. Like,
But we're up by 2
in my
kills,
mind, when I
guys.
see this, right, we're up 2 already. In my mind, I'm like, okay, we don't need to really spend anymore because we ideally should win this fight. You know, we're up 2.
Well,
but looking at it, they're not down 2 really important-ish people. Like,
Well,
they
that's-
still have their healers and they still have a GPS. So it's just like,
But that's not it, though. It's not that they're down, so we shouldn't put resources into it. They have ults, and they're pouring their resources into it, even though they are down. And we're saying our 1v1 skill is good enough to kill their 1v1 skill because we're up 2, but, like, they have ults, so they're going to win.
I see what you're saying.
Like, I see what you're saying. Don't pour ults into it because we're up 2, so we should win the fight. But that's not considering that they have ultimates. That's just considering that our 1v1 skill, like we're 6v4 right now, we should win this. Except for Reaper has his ult, and May has her ult, and yeah, like
Reinhardt.
and Ryan, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they use kill lessons to this.
my whole point of
Keep
talking
missing
about
it.
this was I think that we should start pouring a little bit, using our ults a little bit more freely. I think that we tend to hold on to ults too long. Like,
I agree.
I could have like 2-3 shatters sometimes in the time that I have 1, you know? And like right here, we
Yeah.
probably could have saved this point if as soon as they grab, we just counter grab and threw May's ult out. And then that would have completely negated their grab. It would have negated their freeze, and then we would have been even again because then we both used 2 ults onto it, and we're still up 2 people.
Yeah, also beat. It would have been 3-3.
Let's keep me alive.
Refine.
Get the rank.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I wasted my ult. Also bad.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
Stay mid.
Stay
We could have thrown. I guess we could have thrown Blizzard sooner. We definitely should have thrown Grab sooner.
That's
That's fine.
I see what you mean. Or I should have thrown Grab. Period.
Huge nano, though. I got like a 2.
Up here.
I mean, hindsight, you know.
Yeah. This is all hindsight. Yeah, this isn't. You know, these are judgment calls we made, and you know,
Because there was a call made to do no more ults. I heard it.
yeah. It was that.
Reaper shield.
Who made that call? Was it Kobe?
I got healed.
Actually, I don't really know names, dude. I don't know voices of names. What am I saying?
We can shatter.
Ooh.
I gotta quit doing that. I was talking to Austin about this last night. Fire striking when I'm like 20 health. Also, fire striking into the ground. Please don't judge me.
Aiming's hard, dude.
So here we should let the cart back up, and since we have May, we can wall them off as they're coming in.
We lost the May.
I agree.
Gonna grab right and they go through
Oh, we did. Yeah, did we get?
What? He said he was staying on it.
Reaper's doesn't know.
They did not use cold
Right now, they're all together.
Sister McCree because that Reaper.
Oh.
We gotta be quicker off the feet. Sorry. Bad. My fault.
And we didn't have a stun for the ult.
Where's the good?
I guess we had sleep, but
Where are you?
Right in front of you.
I'll try to steal again.
Oh, it's a huge.
I got an anti on him, a huge anti, so you can get anything off.
So right here, I still think ults could have come out a little bit earlier on that fight.
Yeah.
By the time ults came out, like I was dead.
I don't like playing. I'd rather back up and play on that corner and then grab off the corner. I don't like. Well, it's hard. I don't like playing that far up when the payload's like right at that corner there.
I mean, we're giving up a lot of space. In the OWL now on Route 66, they're holding at the door. Same with Havana. And I know we're not OWL or anything, but they are the best players, and they do things like for a reason. And holding like back farther on a point is just giving them all that space. And we have a consistent issue with giving up second point without a fight. Like I've noticed, it seems like every single map we do, like I think Austin might agree, I don't know, but we tend to
I liked holding where we were, just because it's so hard for them to break past that choke point.
Yeah, because that's a door right there. Whereas right here they have that high ground to the side. They have the high ground like right behind us, where like snipers could get if they wanted to, and they have the main like archway that they can just come from. Whereas at that first choke point, all they have is the bridge, and they have that high ground that I guess a Widow could get on, but like it's much smaller.
There's no cover to it, so.
Yeah.
But like, the closer you hold up, the faster you can get back. Use a fight.
For the offenders.
Yeah. So if you like die at the choke, you could still, and y'all all died. Like it was the 100% team wipe. Y'all could still hold this corner instead of holding that back corner and them getting the point.
Right, because you get two fights then, two like full like fights, because they have to tear you down at the beginning, and then they have to tear you down again here.
Instead of just the middle and it's having a brief.
I think the moral of all this is I think we should just be using our ults a little bit more freely. Not all together. I think we've gotten better at it. Like we don't end up with 6 ults all that often. Like we do better at just kind of using them. But
Do we have heals?
oh, I absolutely threw that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's called alley.
That point.
So this is interesting because this is like something I see with a lot of teams that I work with. Typically, if you're doing something like that, the team says like, "Hey, I think we're doing this wrong." Instead of, you'll typically see teams like a complete 180, or like they'll tune it all the way one way, and then they'll tune it all the way another, and then eventually you'll start to see it kind of balance out.
How do you mean?
Like in the beginning, when we first formed this team, we were saying that we were using our ultimates too freely. And now we're saying we're being too tight with them. And so it's eventually like slowly going to start to, we're going to tune it to the right spot of knowing when to use
oh, that's what you, okay, yeah. I agree. Yeah, we really have had a complete 180 from where we started. Man, tracking ult economy is hard, dude. Shit's hard.
It's fun.
It's not that hard when you can play. You know, like average, like times.
I'm bad at remembering these things. Rather, I just have a really bad memory.
I guess it would be easier for healers because they're more in the back and they see what every hero's doing and flanking and front lining.
Oh, Molotov.
Hey, Lucio's one.
I'm dead.
How the fuck did I get back, dude?
I'm gonna put immortality on the point so we can. Actually, I'm gonna save immortality for death blossom.
You gotta be kidding me.
Dang.
I'm on. I'm dead, probably. Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Why are you only playing at 60 or 70
I can't change
FPS?
my skin. Wait.
I don't know, man.
I can help you with that afterwards to how to bump it up.
Okay.
That fun fight, y'all were just scattered. There was just tons of 1v1s rather than one team fight.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think me and Matt were also talking about is it seems like in the chaos a lot of times what we've started doing is splitting up.
Yeah.
And like it's really hard to like win a team fight when they're together and we're split up. Like we're attacking them from like 2 different angles.
I don't
Just
really
like
think
it
that's a
usually
good
doesn't work.
idea on this point.
I mean, it's hard to tell from your point of view,
Yeah,
but
you're right.
the like Black Model kind of is off a little bit, you know, on his own, which is fine because he's like not part of the team. Like he hasn't practiced with us at all.
It's usually better on control points or in close distance.
But yeah, so you'll see some of that there in this whole night.
I'm good with Orisa Hog.
Yeah.
I am too.
We gotta I'm gonna try really hard.
They have a hog. They have a Hanzo.
Yeah.
Let's go right. Let's go high ground and kind of drop down. Or do they have a May? Do you see?
I didn't see one.
Okay.
I didn't see one, but.
Alright.
Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Yeah, we're down a little already.
Okay. Register.
Wait, Matt. So like, wait, pause it for a second. Matt, you know you can. It's kind of cheap and like really horrible to do, but you can go back and spawn and change to like a Lucio, and then change back to Mercy, and you have another res.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it done in games, and it's horribly annoying, but it's in the game, so you can do it.
Sweet. Thanks.
From.
Yep.
Focus on. Huge.
I don't know who's playing. I think it's Mr. Meme. But the discords on the Holt targets is really big.
That was battle. Chill here for a minute. Alright, 1 second. Push up from.
If I'm playing Mercy, does it also help if I damage boost Hog?
That's a bad angle.
Yeah, I was being.
We were dead, yeah. You're good.
True.
Dang, yeah, our shield break just, man, he just had a stronger shield break.
We
That
have
sucked.
no shield break actually. Yeah.
Mortality shield? Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, looking back at this with the DPS that we have, we probably should have gone with like
could've-
Ryan Zarya. Honestly, like
Yeah.
Okay.
that's just my
Ryan
opinion. Like
Zarya
we just
or,
have no shield break, so like we're just gonna lose that battle, and so we're never.
We could have
gonna,
either
like,
run
chase
that or
those.
dive, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, dive.
Honestly, dive, I don't think would have been a bad idea either.
So this
Well,
was Tuesday, so it was a while
Given
ago.
our DPS lineup.
I feel like you specifically said we wanted to practice the halt hook, so that's maybe why you guys did that decision.
Pull above it.
Well, I'm not sure.
Go through the building. Go through the building.
I remember that the week before that. So this is one instance we got split up. I think me and Ace both called different directions, and that's unfortunate.
Alright, let's go.
I have trans for this, by the way. To go on.
Good. Push the sight line, push.
I'm pushing him. I'm
Pull
pushing
above it,
hard.
pull
I'm
above it,
pushing
pull above
hard.
it.
How far is it? Their hogs to score.
Immortality.
Field.
Alright, let's push this. We can win this if we push this. Okay, let's get back.
So can we go back and review that fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he just said it,
A lot
but
of resources. But I'm pushing him. I'm
Pull
pushing
above it,
hard.
pull
I'm
above it.
pushing hard.
well, he just said it, but he said that he didn't like that trans, and I didn't like it either. Actually, I was wondering, was it just because of the bongos?
Hog ulted.
Oh, okay, I see.
Well,
Yeah, it was just at the end of Hog's ult and was it Bongo?
Battle. Chill here for a minute. Alright, 1 second. Push up from.
Right.
Can you warp?
No.
You can also
this
call
is
out-
a little
Bad
too
angle.
far back. My
Yeah,
bad.
I was being frozen.
You could have told
You're good.
Grant about that there is that reason. He's just chilling top back right,
Mortality field? Yeah.
and he
Use the mortality.
like completely left alone. Be a free dive.
I'm almost back.
Who?
Who is
He,
it?
like there's the Zen top back right. You can see where he's like shooting from.
Yeah.
Let's,
could
let's
try
just
to get a dive onto that
real
by
back.
Grant.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Or your Widow, try to get a free pick on that because he's not protected. Or I see he's staying out in the open as well.
Yeah.
10 more seconds.
I agree with that, Grant.
Right, I'm here.
Going for like the
yeah,
the
good.
isolated targets.
Pull above it. Wait,
Go through the building. Go through the building. Oh, rip, we're separated. Just chill there for a minute. Let it run.
Pretty sure I did go up there, right there. Then I died.
Oh,
I have trans,
dang.
by the way.
So
I missed that. Sorry about that.
I'm just not that great of a Genji, I guess.
So that's what practice.
Yeah.
Well, I think he might have volleyed me and headshotted me.
Mm-hmm.
How far is it? How far is it? They're hogs to score. They're hogs to score.
Right here.
He trans.
But I just
Who ends up
kept on
dying?
getting
Who ends up
pushed.
dying up there? Oh, I do. Okay, so I don't get any of that healing because he's like transing behind the shield. So like, I didn't get any of that healing.
Well, he's transing and he's getting pushed back by the hog,
Ah, right.
and like I'm being pushed back too, and like somehow I guess the hog just decided not to push you back, so you were just up there, and you're just taking the damage from like the Orisa and stuff.
Yeah.
I just
You probably should have used the transfer the Blizzard or Dragon.
yeah. I agree.
So they don't have hog all. They prior.
I think one thing, and I'm not a healer, but I think using trans offensively should be like a very much a last resort option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I like, in this case, in this particular lineup, I like using it to counter the Blizzard.
Yeah, because we also have Valk or as a mercy, so you can use that way more offensively because you get that much quicker.
Right, and that
there's
one has
only
the
two-
damage boost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use Mercy ult as the kind of initiator, right? As one
Right.
potentially.
Defensive ults are so hard to get for Zen and the two.
I don't have any
May.
tank ult.
So let's try to bait out May ult before you use Blade. Let's try to get a push in. Yes.
You walled off?
I'm walled off.
Get this back X left corner.
She has no. Hey, focus May, focus May, focus May.
I think they just pulled a combo on me. With the Orisa hog. Ah.
Okay, so this isn't working. We've done a few pushes. Should we just switch?
Let's swap off, yeah. We can go Ryan Zarya, go to Motel.
Yeah, let's do Ryan Zarya. Okay.
Honestly, I think we should have lost this point.
Let's go high ground. Far up high ground. Once we go in, let's do Blade. Keep going high ground.
Go.
So I know I made the call to hold Blade until we see Blizzard come out.
Keep
I
rotating.
think that was a bad
Rotate
idea
high ground, keep
because you've been
rotating.
holding Blade now for a very long time, and like you probably
Yeah.
could have had like 2, maybe even 3 at this point.
Alright, we ready?
Yeah,
Keep going
maybe.
through hotel.
So,
Through
but
hotel.
that's partially my fault because I was
We didn't really have a
This is
lot of
a
good
hotel.
opportunities for it.
Okay, we have to go here.
That's it. That's
I mean, I don't know if Genji's necessarily the pick into this
Bring shield.
anyways,
Walk through that. Walk through it. Walk through it. Walk through it.
but that's something I'm not sure about because I don't really play Genji.
Oh yeah, we win.
Holy
Like in
crap,
hindsight,
that-
Yeah, I
what do
mean
you
the
think?
May. It's hard to play into the May, but
I think we're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not possible.
I'm just thinking, like, is there something else that would have been better, like just more shield break to help us get through?
Yeah, I could have done like maybe Junkrat or something.
Swaps.
Yeah, I don't think Darkrai would have been a bad call. You can get some random kills there.
I'm sorry. I just
He's
don't
not
want
bad
to
on that
stop.
first point either.
Yeah.
It's pretty good
Don't peek,
spammable
don't peek, don't peek.
angles.
They might be a little suspicious about the
And this is knowing that the guy we're playing with just really likes playing like snipers, so you're just
Yeah.
not going to get much shield break or help on the ground.
Fuck, I didn't mean to use that.
Break their shields.
There's Zen up top. There's one. Probably gonna get that.
Oh, is this okay? That's what to
I think this is a pretty sick slam, if I remember.
Shield for you, Hogan.
I can't heal you.
Oh,
down
fuck.
there.
Mortality, breaking it.
I have no shield. I have no shield. Back around the corner. I have no shield for you. I have no shield for you. I'm gonna walk through this shadow.
Yep, walk in the shatter.
You guys think about doing this?
It's fine. Okay.
I should have sprayed
Nice shadow
wave,
play.
dude.
Call. That was good. Good job.
So when you backed up with no shield, they got a little aggressive and they pushed up. That also might have been a decent opportunity for the slam.
Yeah.
But I think it worked out in the end, anyways.
I would say from looking at it, when you did slam, it's really hard 'cause I don't play Ryan a whole lot. From what I do know, if you do like you get that huge slam, right? You know how sometimes you see like Ryan's like when they swing they'll like not shape but like look around so they can swing it like multiple targets, right? They're on the ground. I would have. I'm gonna say I don't think it would have hurt to walk up a little more and hit more people.
Yeah.
In that instance, instead of just
fire
hitting
strike
anyway,
either. So.
Yeah, I mean, like fire strike. I would say just swing the hand, like walk up more, swing the
The big
hammer.
combo when you get a big shatter is you like walk, you shatter, you crouch, and you fire strike, and it goes through everybody on the ground. That's 100 damage right there. And then you walk like right to the middle of them and like basically do like a 180 swing back and forth. So you're like hitting everything.
I from what that sounds about right. Just I would have walked up more.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Big slam either way.
And you like go. Who was that behind me? Is that Doom?
I tend to be bad about timing it where I have my like fire strike and stuff like that when I slam.
Like if anything, I would have just walked up.
It's kind of like using Moria's orb right before you use coalescence, you know?
Yeah.
Let's back around.
Isn't there also like a animation cancel for like a spinning fire strike?
They might try to
Yeah.
Or is it fire strike?
keep backing up.
I have trans.
You can like
Spike.
We have Grab
I'm
Dragon.
gonna let my shield down. Hold on.
You
you
know-
can
yeah, you can, like,
animation
swing
cancel
and
the
then
swing.
fire
You
strike.
can't animation cancel the fire strike.
Okay.
So should we have stayed at that front corner here, where the payload is right now?
Like up
They're
more-
Because
pushing
they're kind of a slow comp. It's hard for them to push, right?
They're
Would-
still being aggressive.
Would they have really pushed in though?
Well, you also have to take into consideration like Cole only has like 285 shield, and I'm probably down on my shields. I can't really.
You got 2 healers.
We're
But
down.
it's a Zen and Mercy. It's low heals.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
I think staying up there would have been okay, or even that room off to the side on the left.
Yeah.
Maybe like over there. We backed
Not
up
bad.
because what happened is Black Model died. You rezzed him. He died again. Pretty sure Dick Grant's also dead right now. So I'm pretty sure it's just tanks and healers, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of think that
I
giving
was-
up this space is okay.
I think we may have been able to. So whenever Black Model died, should we have pushed up to the corner that he was at?
Yes.
And maybe that's something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That-
That's yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
'cause the payload stops there for a couple seconds. Anyway.
Because that probably would have avoided him dying again. Although he did get hooked, but like the Hog's attention wouldn't have been solely on him because we would have been there with him. So, yeah. But I think once he died, I don't really think staying in there is good, especially with the fact that I have no shield and Zarya probably doesn't have any bubbles. I know we had 2 healers with us, but that's it.
Oh, I see. You had no shield.
Like I
And
have, like,
still lower
9.
heals.
He's at 285 shield.
I think it's 125. It's basically broken.
Yo, call whenever they use Immortality Field. We have to use that before we grab Dragon.
Alright.
Yep.
Wait a second. Chill. Alright, let's do it.
All right. We got a
They
bad
use it?
immortality here.
They're just busting my shield.
They used Immortality Anson. Oh, fuck off.
Unfortunate the Mega wasn't there.
I know, dude. Okay,
Unlucky.
so the reason
Had
I
they
charged
used that
there.
mega?
What?
So they had picked up that mega.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ah.
The reason I charged there was because the freeze came out, and so I wanted to get out of it. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
no,
a
it's
good
a good
idea
call.
or not, but
And
I
it got
actually
someone
ended up
like out of there too.
getting the Zen out of it, which is kind of funny, but
Yeah, I got the pick on the wrist though.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But
they threw 3 ults down, so what you can do.
They have nothing for grab Dragon.
Yeah, we
except
just
for
gotta
Immortality.
And then bait out immortality.
Honestly, if you guys can get the grab, I can just swing into it and get the Immortality.
Okay.
I don't really think baiting out immortality is necessary.
Watching
Push.
Yeah, they have nothing. No Hanzo got one headshot.
Yeah, especially with like all 5 or
Oh
6
my
people
God.
focusing.
Come back.
Oh god.
I'm throwing, dude.
Can't bait death, dude.
So Were you discorded? Is that why it just came in so much
He was,
damage?
yeah, he was discorded there. He got melted.
Saying my shield, like we just have no shield break and they have so much. Like I kind of wonder if a Lucio would be good here
What? I'm sorry.
instead of a Zen.
Okay,
Yeah, he's still the defensible.
We
and
need
he
it.
gets boost.
Oh, huge.
And you said that
It's still
master
dying
area.
because of trans.
Yo, grab, I got Mentality. I got him.
So like, is the Zen
Okay,
Mercy?
grab.
We had Zen Mercy here, right?
Use it,
Yes.
use it.
Is that realistically enough healing? That was
No.
a bad.
No, it's for a very aggressive comp. I don't think it's enough. If it's more like a passive and or kind of laid back, try to make them force one of us, it would have been okay. But I don't think it's enough for being for aggressive. My opinion.
'cause- I mean, because I would agree with that sentiment that like Mercy in and of herself is a good healer. She just doesn't pump out enough like healing to the whole team
Yeah, it's just because she only
because it's
has.
single targeted.
And you have no area effect. So,
I don't know.
Bull, Mad, your opinions on
Yeah. What would you guys have liked?
Well, Matt, I think specifically you were just practicing Mercy.
Yeah.
So
I would have said like a Lucio over a Zen. The
I
Mercy would
would've-
have been fine because we had the aggressive with the Valk.
It's tough. It's a tough call. I always love Moira as a healer just because the ridiculous amount of healing she can pump out. That I am personally biased.
that's because healing's like crack, and you're used to getting too much of it.
So one
as
thing,
the person that plays Moira in his off time, her healing is redonk.
So very often, like kind of early on in the match, I will ask like, "Hey, what do you guys want for healing?" And more times than not, no one really answers. So I kind of just pick myself. So if
Yeah.
you guys do notice that, I do ask that you kind of let us know.
I do the same thing.
I will let you know that from the offset, I will always preference Moira over anyone else, unless your Ana is like, unless you want to play Ana, because her healing is really good too. The main healer. But
I just think it depends on the comp. Like specifically with the comp that we're running today, we had a Genji and a Widow at the start, which goes very well with Mercy. Honestly, like
Yes.
those two, like in general, yes, like Mercy's not going to be putting out as much heals, but she is going to be. And then the Discord Orb from Zen, we're just going to be melting people. Like our DPS with the damage boost are going to be one-shotting left and right if their accuracy is on. And then the Discord Orb, like at the beginning, if we could have gotten our halt hooks down and were able to actually like execute it over and over again, with the Discord coming on that target, we would have just been able to delete people. So I don't necessarily think
Plus
that
Hog
healing-
has his vape, so he
Right.
doesn't need as much sustain.
when we're running when we're running like
Friends,
something
sorry.
like this, Ryan Zarya right here. Yeah, I am at the mercy of I need heals.
Yeah. I just feel like
At the mercy of the
so
mercy.
much attention went into the call of let's go Ryan Zarya. Okay, let's go in. Like
Yeah,
maybe
We
we
go
should have
back.
thought about the whole team comp
right.
because the only focus was on Ryan Zarya. There was no focus on the DPS switches, no focus on anything else.
I agree.
Sorry, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
It's always kind of like that though. So.
Like the tanks, so I said, okay, we've tried this a few times, this isn't working, let's go Ryan Zarya. We switched, you ulted coming into spawn, we switched, and then we just went back out and did our thing. No one said, okay, if we're gonna go Ryan Zarya, Mercy's probably not gonna have enough healing output, can we get an Ana instead?
So we have to. So
It's just like-
I'll preface this then. Is that
Yeah, but you can't preface it and just expect them to remember it every
no
time.
no no
you
no
go
no
to
no
a
no
fight.
no no. That's not what I mean. I'll preface that by saying, whose job is it to make that call, to where for us to analyze? Okay, our tank switched. Is it on?
We've never really made that call though.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
think
it's
it should be
is it
anyone's
on
call.
the healers to have a consensus on what they want and then switch? Is it on Cole? If you make that call, right, that Zarya, Brian Zarya switch. Is it on you to make that call?
I can help out. I can help out with that.
Also think as a team we should make set comps. Like for we run Renzaro, you should have this healer and this DPS. And if that's not gonna work for this map, we should have this DPS and then this other DPS.
Okay.
Like
Almost
we
a
should.
flowchart.
Yeah. So like for each like comp, you have like number 1 picks and then it's like number 2 picks.
Yeah.
And then these are like kind of more set comps rather than just saying Ryan Zarya, everyone else kind of do or what you think works. Because what you think works ain't gonna be what works.
Because we're not playing ladder. We can kind of sort of dictate a little bit what we want without everyone being like, "Oh, you're an asshole. Like you're asking me to switch off Mercy. I'm not doing a good job." Is that what you're saying? Like, no. We realize
yeah, it's very much so.
We realize that like we're a team and that like Mercy might not have been the call or like Zen might not have been the call with Ryan Zarya. You know?
Yeah. So I mean, all that to say, like whenever you guys made the call to switch to Ryan Zarya, it didn't flip a trigger in my head saying, "Oh, they need more healing."
Yeah.
Because up to that point, healing was just fine.
True.
So like in my mind,
it really was.
there was
like I can heal myself. So really, Arissa is really the only person.
And then instead of Fortify, if then
Yeah.
it's just a little back up and full health back in again, Fortify back out. It's just.
And also,
So I'll try to be a little bit more conscious of that.
as a tank player, though, like I've been watching a lot of like YouTube videos and stuff. Damage mitigation is something that like high level tanks do a lot, and DPS. There's gotta be, you can't just always be focused on like where's my healing. You should be focused on how can I take less damage. You know, like when I play ball, like I'm constantly moving like around, which I know that Ryan Zarya is different, but like you can still mitigate how much damage you're taking in a fight rather than just like taking as much damage.
I only have one opportunity. Like if I'm playing Zarya, there's only one option for me to mitigate damage, and that's my shift. And if they blow through that, then I have no more damage mitigation.
Well, there's
They
also
cover.
walls. Yeah, play cover.
Walls, cover, okay.
There's health packs that I don't think many of the team use very often that we should take advantage of. Like the map itself leads itself to helping you not need healers, and I think that the more heals you have, the more heals you want, the more heals you need.
And then it just kind of goes on that you constantly heals, and then if it's still want those heals, and it just don't work out.
I mean, yes, tanks need more heals. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just
Because they
saying
have more health, and it's just front line, yeah.
we should be thinking about how to take less damage too, because
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'll try to help out with that though.
I guess we just have to sit down and really kind of look at that, because that's not something I think we've talked about, like as a team.
Right.
No.
Okay, right here,
What?
I want to talk about this, if that's cool. So we get split here. The dragon came through that room. He transed. I kind of went around because I didn't realize he transed, and I was just out of the dragon. Zarya, I'm not sure where you are right now.
I'm below.
We talked
I didn't
about
walk up with you.
We talked about doing a grab dragon before this fight started. We're down 1 right now. And we're down a healer and a DPS. I still think that the grab dragon is
I got
worth
it.
it.
You have grab? You have grab?
I do.
Use it.
I think that going for the big play with 5 in the grab isn't always the ideal play. I think here, if we could have just gotten 2 or 3, we would have been back even again, and then we could have swayed the fight back in our flavor. And you ended up grabbing because Black Model just kept asking for it. I think you were just like, okay, like whatever, I'll just do it. But
Okay, so look, I can look for smaller plays. I don't have to look for the 5. Okay.
yeah,
I got it.
going for the 5-man's not always.
Especially with bunker, I think they're so slow to disengage that eventually you will get the team kill or the team wipe.
Okay.
Right.
I see what you're saying. So I'll look for, if there's 2 or 3, then I won't hesitate.
Because just that, I think only 1 was actually killed in the grab dragon, but it completely turned the fight around. We were able to get progress again.
Yeah.
That was a very chaotic fight, though. I could kind of see.
Oh yeah.
He's back left.
Oh,
I'm gonna die here.
huge wall. Don't die, Deb. On the main.
He's one.
Yo, Hanzo's left.
Oh,
Huge res.
I can't do anything with that wall. There's Zen's 1 if you guys can get him. He's actually 1.
I need help with the May.
Keep Blizzard again?
That's
No, can I touch?
That's unfortunate. It was a close game though.
It's play of the
Yeah,
game.
it's close. There's a lot we can learn from that too. I think there's a lot we have learned just in this one.
So
Like,
like
that's a good run.
I
That's
think-
the end of the game.
I used 2 slams.
Damn, he got played.
Probably could have used them a little bit more freely and had
He's
3,
okay.
maybe
Hey,
even
You see
4.
that shit.
I think we hold holds a little bit too long.
this? Yeah. I think
I like
and
it. I really like it.
you know what you said about not having to look for the
Mercy damage boost, we get
like the
5.
5-man grab. I think that's just as prevalent in that first fight as well, or that first when we lost the first point, right?
Yeah.
When we lost the first point, I think that whole thing of not trying to look for the 5-man exclusively
Right.
is just as important, you know, there as it was that, you know, towards the end there. So
So it seems like a lot of attention was being put on in the defense one, the nano DPS ult. Should we be doing like tank and something to follow up, or try rotating tank ults more into the line?
Yeah.
Into line Nano or just
No.
No,
Into
I
the
mean-
ult rotation in general. I think is what
Into
I'm
the ult
saying.
Yeah.
rotation in general.
Yes.
Like, try to front load a tank ult to create space.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should try to use ults the way they're meant to. Like tank ults should kind of be engaging ults, and then DPS ults should kind of tend to be mid-fight ults, right?
just put to
And
clean up?
The majority, well, not necessarily clean up, but mid-fight, I guess. Like if
Mid-fight
it looks
and
like
just
it's
trying to,
getting
like,
out of
finish everything
hand,
off.
if it looks like it's getting out of hand and we're not able to do anything about it, we should, DPS ult, and then
Yeah.
support ults should kind of be the defensive
Sustain.
ults, obviously defensive, but then like
so we're looking at in an order tank, DPS, and support, right?
Yeah.
As far as like an order.
Not in that order, but
And I think support can kind of maybe be back and forth, but I think like Shatter, I should be using it more to engage a fight rather than mid-fight. You know what I mean?
yeah, more offensively, yeah.
Same with me, but I you know that's really
Yes,
what Grab
yes,
is.
yes.
Right, and like Grav should be used, like as a fight is starting. Like we should be.
I would argue, you know, if you're not making the call of Shatter, it's on me to try to engage with that Zarya ult.
Yeah.
If
And
you
the
don't make the
order
call of Shatter, if you
specifically
make-
with Shatter and Grav is Shatter always should come first.
Okay.
Because I can build a whole nother Shatter off of your Grav if you get just 2 people, 3 people, and then I'm swinging into
Ooh.
it. So,
And then like his shatter will help build your grav.
right. Because you can just shoot at the people that are on the
Ideally,
ground.
yeah.
And so before we leave King's Row, a couple more things.
What you got?
There was the healing thing we discussed. So when we're making swaps, to remember the entire comp, and I'll try to help out with that.
I've already kind of started on a spreadsheet, and if after this, we can get together and try to organize all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have comp 1, comp 2, comp 3, maintain comp, and so on.
Yeah.
I mean, just gotta fill in the spaces, but
I think
main priority.
having a spreadsheet of like comp, which you said you're doing, is a good idea.
And also, I really like what Grant posted in the chat with the first point of King's Row,
I do
the
too.
Oh,
call
yeah, yeah,
outs. I wonder if we can find more of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant, do you know where did
Yeah,
you find
just Google it.
that?
Call
Google it?
outs. Kings Row call outs.
So I guess I'll look up, or all of us can look up later, like insert map call out, and then
And put them in the drive, and then we can
yeah,
all review them.
put them in the drive and have those available at some point. So that inside room on the left side is a clock. Huh?
hmm
Looks like that whole.
Or you could
space
also,
is
I think
gone.
I've heard people call it R Mega, because that's where the R
Yeah,
Mega
it's the
pack
mega,
is.
yeah.
All right.
Bob
Was that it, Austin?
Bob fucking Kings.
Right. Well, it's gonna be up to you. Call that rotation. What do we do?
I might switch just because this fucking default skin. Oh my god. How do y'all do this?
Fucking black.
Are we
Black
gonna drop
model,
down
dude.
when it comes to the corner?
Default
Or
skin.
Sick.
What the fuck?
It's your call. Sick call outs.
They got an Orisa, they got a Hanzo, they got a Hog, they got a Widow,
Well,
Mercy.
Not actually.
They're not pushing. What the hell are they
Oh
doing?
my god.
get out
Keep
of
the
the
shield,
Oh.
keep the shield, keep the shield.
They switched to Unlucky, Unlucky Diva.
yeah, they would. Is that 57 or is that 37?
What?
The top. Is that 37 or 57?
37.
Yeah, so they try to wait until time can run out and so you can comps and they switched.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Because you can like see other people's comms at 45 seconds. Let's just wait for that and see what they may switches into what y'all are playing.
Okay.
I kind of think we should start taking advantage of that too. You know,
Yeah,
scouting
when we're
with
on attack.
Sombra. You know, yeah, when we're on attack.
He's gonna get yours out.
We can also just use that like window on this map.
May, mercy.
They're pushing it. I'm dropping.
I said that a little late. That's my fault.
You know me? Just kidding, I got help back here.
Alright, I'm hooking too. Hello? I got hooked.
I kind of like the count whenever you rotate. I know some people say just do it, but this puts us healers in a very awkward position of if I need to rotate all the way around and you have no healing for a couple seconds,
Yeah.
or if I just need to drop down and hope the widow doesn't get me.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, yeah, that. And this one's always hard for me in general. But yeah, like I'll try to start doing that when I drop.
Yeah, so like dropping in 3, 2, 1. Hopefully that's enough time. Got it. Go for it.
Yeah, you guys have eyes on the widow.
We're doing really good at our hall hooks this beginning of this fight.
Back up anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah.
We'll argue. It is. I guess it is a lot easier to with the running dive.
Yeah, we gotta play close. We gotta
But
play
either
close
way,
to score.
it was good. We did much better. Call that this.
You're even right now until Hanzo gets back, but he's about to be back.
I still have a job to do.
Alright, we have Valk here, but I'm gonna try to see.
Monkey Discord.
Alright.
He's on me in the back. He's
We
super
might
low.
want to use Hog all here.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Stall him.
I'm back actually.
We get May.
Even more.
What do they have in terms of ults?
They're probably close to Dragon. Way to call it. You
Good.
freaking
He's throwing,
solo
he's throwing.
queue.
He's throwing. Yummy!
No, you're throwing,
Monkey
dude.
mark.
Good. Back up the
Peek
reset.
shield, don't peek shield.
Right, back up.
Dude, I play so lucky. Don't make fun of me.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we should actually back up.
You
Back
just
up
sound like a
far.
turd.
We go back to
Alright, we have Bob here. Do we have Bob here?
Well, I know, but they can go like above us in this round and walk around.
Especially with the dive, yeah, I get
Hey,
that.
Bob.
Yeah, so right here we have 4 ults. We should be looking to use probably the
They have
tank
shields,
ult,
they have
one of
shields,
them.
they have shields.
Probably
Nothing until I
aces,
figure out-
because mine can help build them back. Should probably look to be using like aces ult, and maybe Bob.
They're wasting walls.
No, they're probably using walls. They're
Up
pulling
top,
up the
up
name.
top.
They're
They don't-
gonna drop on
no
both.
walls. No,
Yeah.
no
And,
walls,
like,
no walls.
Let's use,
If we hold them
let's
now-
use Bob this fight. Let's do it.
Ooh, that came off cooldown right in time.
That's unfortunate for Zen.
Push that monkey first. Shit.
I'm
Here,
asleep.
Andy.
So I'm glad Bob came out. I
Fight
think that's good.
We good. I'm on that.
On the diva.
If we're losing this, Hog ult probably should have come out.
Great.
Oh, it did already. Okay.
Hey,
So,
yeah, I
one
was trying to
thing-
figure out where I was.
One thing there, I think it might have been valuable just to put down a shield, even if it was just like unoptimal placement.
What do you mean?
But
Oh, did I not have a shield down? It was off cooldown?
yeah, it was off cooldown. You didn't have a shield down.
Wait, also for like diva bombs, would it be better if you did like 180, place your shield down, and like back to if you got close to diva bomb and then 180 and like the shield, like,
Yes.
open in the shield? Is that
Yes.
better, or would it be better just to look at it and throw shield?
It would have been better to back up and put a shield down. I agree.
Okay.
That was scary because it had just come off cooldown as soon as it was about to bust,
Oh.
and so I was basically just like spamming E until it came out. But yes, I think it would have been better to walk behind it and then, but you can't always expect that to happen. I think that was unfortunate for Zen, and then I should have.
Well, Zen kind of looked like he froze a little bit. I don't know if he knew where it was coming from.
Okay.
And from what I saw, it looked like he was just kind of standing still.
I will say, I did put it right in front of the bomb, so if someone was next to it, walking to my side of the shield probably wouldn't have been that difficult. And no
He
one
was
else
he was a
died.
little bit further back, so I don't think he would have made it to your shield. But
Okay.
the minute I hear that, or the second I hear that thing, I'm ducking for cover.
Yeah. That's also something like we should have known that they had that ult, and probably communicated that we should have been playing next to this room right here where like my camera is at for some reason. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we still need to work on check.
Yeah.
Good at the beginning. Fail at everything.
I think we're good at tracking ults into the fights, but in the middle of fights, I don't think we're very good at it.
Not in the fights, but like we do it like when we start scrims. Like we were doing this the first and second fight, and then I haven't heard it since. I mean, like
right
watch out for this
before
ult,
they came in, I said, "Hey, what ults do they have?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
What were you gonna say, Matt?
But I do agree. Like in the middle of a fight, it doesn't happen as much.
Were you gonna say something, Matt?
No, that was it.
Okay, I think we just stall as long as we can down point and then get out.
I'm dead. Unlucky dude.
I'm confused why my hook broke line of sight.
So this is an instance
Okay,
where
if anyone
we
else
use.
got
Why is the Mercy style on you?
What?
Oh, it's a Mercy styling. She had 2 kills.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I keep getting injected.
No, this Mercy went uber aggressive. Like all game.
I was gonna say something.
Hmm?
Oh, we used a lot of ults that fight and didn't really win, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure.
Hey, at least we used them. We made progress.
Yeah, we did use them.
We did a complete 180.
Yeah.
Well, we're like a 90. I'm running.
Oh, dude, you're actually like toxic, dude.
Let's use bongos if they push up on us.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright, Hanzo top left. Hanzo's top left.
Oh, rip.
Preferably whenever.
Let's not talk about how I reloaded after using 20 bullets.
Where's Widow at?
Behind you guys, Monkey, behind you guys.
Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that comment.
What comment?
Preferably whenever the DPS are here.
Someone I don't care who it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
That might have came off as passive aggressive.
Oh.
Got him. No, I was just purely aggressive, dude. Shit.
no more ults, no more ults.
Your purple mate.
Oh, I was purple. Yo, monkey one. Hit him once, dog. Nice.
Widow's going across the left
right here.
ground.
Push in, help out, push in.
Widow's on the high left.
Yeah, honest, sit the fuck down, dude.
Good job. Dude, that was a fucking clutch ass purple. That would have been insane. If he didn't purple me, that was a triple.
I think here it might have been fine to push up where the card is.
Widow.
Yeah.
Do you
Try and
think?
get Bob again as quick as we can here.
I agree.
I'm gonna fuck this Widow real quick.
We have trans, and that's all we have.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
They might be close to dragon.
10 seconds.
They
Yeah,
bubbled already,
we could have
so-
pushed doors either side, probably.
Because for them, pushing up through those 4 doors is cancer.
Yeah.
True. And it denies Widow that line of sight.
And we're giving it to him for free.
They're right above us. They're right above it.
Oh, that was sick.
It's okay, I got
Monkey's
him on high
marked.
ground.
Monkey's marked.
Alright, I'm on one.
Diva's
You're
marked.
anti, but you're fine. You're full.
Diva, okay. No shield, no new shield.
I got Diva.
Goodbye,
I got Diva.
Austin.
See,
What happened there?
On the
I thought I was out of line of sight. Like,
Oh,
you see where I am?
yeah.
It just kept coming forward, I guess. Fortunate.
Who's next to you that didn't die?
Monkey, I think.
I'm not sure.
Or wait, do we have a monkey? It was a
We
tank,
don't
I
have a
think.
monkey. No, it wasn't me. Oh wait, no. Okay,
I think
here's
it
the
was.
thing. So with Hog, it's the trick with Hog is that you can survive the Diva bomb if you
With
time your
reboot.
E correctly. 'Cause of
Yeah,
push
yeah.
protection.
Oh.
So there's a good chance that I got hit by that bomb.
Yeah.
I can survive it and heal over it. So
I mean, I thought I was behind this little jut out to where it wouldn't see me, but I guess it was just perfectly placed.
it happens.
Although we're actually, I think we're even right now. We might be down 1 healer, and they're down
It
a
didn't
Diva.
feel like we were even if we were.
Well, they
Just 'cause
have
the
2
raging
healers.
Yeah, they rezzed. So
Well, then they died again, didn't they? Oh no.
They res Diva, by the way.
They're also putting ults into the fight, so
Late.
we have 3.
You're defeated.
You're down 2, so we might lose this. Yeah, I think we save. Oh, I got split spawn again.
Just get out, just get out,
Yeah,
just
I
get
don't
out.
know.
Max in stuff.
Would it at that point? Is it better when you get split spawn like that? Would it be better just to jump off and reset that old next one, or?
Run away, run away.
You can make it. You can make it.
I'm gonna say if we were like Diamond or Masters, probably. I don't think that gold players are gonna punish us enough, and I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Now Zen, that's all the way over there, and ends up dying. He probably should have just jumped off.
Once again-
And I don't know who else is over there. Widow, maybe.
So it sounds like it kind of just depends on what character you're playing. Like if you have mobility, you know, get out.
Survivability.
Yeah. But if you're slow, if you're Zen, jump off.
Like Zen probably should have just jumped off. But what was I gonna say? God damn it! Never mind. Whatever.
I'll be.
Oh, I
I'll be
remember.
right back.
The hall goal at the end of that fight. Sorry. Did you see that, Ace?
No, what?
You tried to save the point with your hall goal, but it came out when it was like a 1v6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I thought we were gonna stall.
Yeah.
I
But stalling with ults is probably not a good idea. Like we should probably just,
okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now if you had like a healer there and maybe another, like if it was 3v6, I'd say the hall goal is something you could probably just burn. But like you wouldn't want to use, you know, something important. I don't know. The chances of you living through
I agree.
that without
And
rebreather
it's really
are
hard to
pretty
keep
low.
track of a lot of that stuff sometimes when it gets a little chaotic. But
Yeah.
at some point, I do need to realize it is a 1v6.
I've recently tried really hard to be watching the kill feed and actually keeping up with like numbers v numbers, you know?
Okay. I need to do a better job of that.
Yeah.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna die here. Yeah, sorry.
It's a lot easier to do when you're dead.
It's alright.
We have an extra man, dude. We have Bob.
Guys, I'm back.
Oh,
I might be able to get this res.
Mr. Me.
Wow.
So that was a good res.
Need damage with me?
Can we use Bob here? No, never mind.
Oh, he's fucking booping me away. I'm sorry. You're good though. You're good. Thank you.
I swear, dude.
I don't know, Widow's
That
behind us,
Diva
I
put a
think.
number on you, man.
Left side, this top.
I'm gonna let Hog go deal with that.
Yeah.
I got it.
That. I'm not a healer.
What's
and
up?
I don't know where Zen was standing. But I kind of feel like we could have avoided needing the res if he was going to pop trans there.
Well, he popped translate was the
Right.
thing.
But
I'm sorry, I had to step away. Can you back up the clip? I didn't see.
yeah.
Well, the whole clip was cold dying, but it was cold dying, trans, res in that order, and it was. I guess the issue was that the res didn't need to be there if the trans came out sooner. I think.
I'm gonna go fuck.
That's what you're saying.
Push if we need to.
I like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's
that might be
right
what
here.
I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Look where they actually come in.
Yeah.
So, again, old tracking. If we had known they had Dragon, maybe he could have been a little bit more on it with his button pressing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna
Yeah.
die here. Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
It's alright.
We have an extra man, dude. We have Bob.
Break a shield, break a shield.
It's
Monkey Discord.
Oh.
That. And you get the res off, and I think you get it off one because he's transing, so like you're not gonna die. But at this point, it seems like it's not a necessary trans anymore. I don't know. It just seems like if it would have come out earlier, that would have been great. Otherwise, we probably
Yeah,
shouldn't.
I mean you're not wrong. Like if the chance had come out there, you would have lived. Like hands. Well, there would have been a better chance you would have lived. I think you were discorded too.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you did kind of get shredded pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I think with the res and the trans, we're back to being close to even. We have a chance at stabilizing.
Yeah. I think we do stabilize because I think Bob comes out.
You need damage with me?
Yeah.
Can we use Bob here? No, never mind.
This is where I'm like.
Oh, he's fucking booping me away. I'm sorry.
Diva gets it.
You're good though. You're good. Thank you.
I don't know, Widow's up behind us, I think.
Where's he
Yeah,
at?
actually, Bob still
Left
does come
side,
out, but he
left
gets
side.
slept like
I'm gonna let
instantly. I
Hog go deal
think
with
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
right after this.
I might be able to heal you if you can go.
It's somewhat the best of a bad situation.
Oh yeah,
that. So
no.
Bob comes out this
Yeah,
fight.
Monkey
We only
goes-
end up playing 4 maps, right?
Like,
Yeah, we don't have to go over all of them. Like,
Hanzo does for sure.
Oof.
I'd rather go over
Ooh.
this one and then the other one that we lost.
Where is she?
Assuming that we lost another one, and then I think
Wait,
that'll
what?
be good.
sorry.
It's like so we played 4 maps, right?
Right.
Then we went 2 and 2.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we should look at King's Row. I mean, Temple of Anubis, because it's not in our map pool. We might as well not do that one. We might as well do Dorado.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I agree. I think. Did we win Dorado? We won Dorado though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we lost Anubis. It was annoying.
Yeah, Grant. Just
She was in
it was a good thing we had Mercy, but I think that happened like twice. Just, I guess shield cover. Just kind of look for it. I'll try to call it out a little bit better if you're like in front of it.
Yes.
Like right now, like there, I backed up the shield and didn't really tell anybody.
Whatever it's called. Fuck me, man.
So
Diva, right room here, right room here.
saw me.
Oh, this is actually where the ball got slept.
Yeah.
I think.
Play behind the shield. Play behind the shield. There's a shield to your right.
So Cole, give me your thoughts on this right here.
Next time I really
So when Monkey dives in, right? I think we have to kill him there. I just we have to ensure somehow that he doesn't get away. Because because you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that would be nice. But he's on the high ground tickling us with his Tesla cannon, so I pull him off
That's
the high
true.
ground.
I think what I'm saying is we as a team, not because you're focusing him down. Like there's no denying you're focusing him down. I think we as a team need to do something like if Monkey jumps on our back line, where we all need to like, I guess more people need to hone in on it.
I didn't say that we should focus Monkey there, so I think that's, if anything, I should. Like in general, we didn't have very much target focus this game at all. So
Yeah. So
I
I guess
agree.
the bigger issue, the idea, is that I guess focusing on targets.
Because I think Grant's kind of dueling the Widow, and there's no telling what Black Model is doing, and
Yeah, that's what. I'm not sure what Black Model's playing right now, but it's
Is
hard
it?
to harp on him. But like maybe if we did have like an Ash and a Reaper or something like
Right.
that, then
we probably should have had a Reaper. Like the Ash is good. I like the Ash, and I don't think that should have swapped. But if we had like a Waker, I probably would have asked him to go to Reaper. I probably would have asked one of
I
you to
don't-
switch to Reaper.
Well, Austin, I'll ask you. You know, was the Monkey? The Monkey was annoying for you guys, right?
well, not so much for me because I was Mercy and I just fly away.
But for Zen, I know for Zen, if I'm playing Winston and I see a Zen, he's dead. He should die. Ideally, or be scared enough to where like Mercy has to end up pocketing him, and then blah, 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 blah. But and that's where it gets really annoying. But
So it's just so it seems like the general kind of basis is maybe practice counter dive, or not counter dive. Sorry, getting dived. We don't have too much experience like getting dived.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
team did a
it's
very
good.
hard
It's
dive
just-
comp a lot, and I think that
Yeah.
it was good for us to kind of be in that situation. There was constantly a bubble around me from the Monkey, and he was constantly diving in and out. He never really died, and I think
Yeah.
part of that is target focus, but
Next time they really put.
I'm also gonna use all those here.
Go ahead, Doug.
you know, for me,
Oh, fucking kidding me.
in
No heals.
Colin tracks this next one.
got good body shot.
it's tough.
Maybe go
Like
to go back
the
to
priority,
Wait a second.
if Winston
Go back
dives,
and
just
go.
break it. Obviously,
Come
break
here,
his shield
come here,
first,
come
and
here.
then like kill him. 'Cause his shield's like hella weak
Why? Oh my god.
if people focus it.
Dude, you got moved.
I did, buddy. Yeah, I did.
That sucks.
Target call.
Divas low, Divas
Hanzo's one.
low.
Hanzo's one.
Oh yeah, no, I was hella salty that I got booped off the map.
I mean, this is just last minute stall. There's probably no way we're stopping that.
I mean, we took them to overtime. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
Your Widow and
I was just salty that I got booped off the map. I hate getting booped off the map.
We might should have made a swap there, like maybe had Ace go Monkey or something to just kind of contest him a little bit more. That would have been pretty cool.
Select your hero.
Alright.
we should do something about it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go Widow again and Hanzo. Or at least Widow.
The Widow wasn't too much problems though.
Alright.
no,
Um,
Hmm. Seems like a lot of pressure was from the Diva and Winston.
yeah, I agree.
Pressure.
I agree.
Pressure.
In hindsight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, Grant, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just changed my coil. Oh my god, it's like a fresh
Let's do a
pod,
slog in
dude.
the
It's
beginning.
so much better.
If we're continually getting picked apart by
I
the
can
widows.
taste
Wait,
the
hey,
juice
Cole,
again.
could
It's not
you-
just like burnt coil.
Oh, actually, hold up. Actually, you don't have to pause it. Never mind. I'll be right back.
I mean, it's
Why is
gonna
my
be
screen black?
second before it starts.
I just bought new ones.
I
Blind.
like,
Isn't
Pretty
it so
weak.
nice, dude? A new pod is
I
like
actually do
heaven.
like the ash.
Blind, I can't
Unless you want to do something else. Or probably wouldn't be.
Grant, are
able
you
to.
free this week a lot, or are you busy?
I don't know. May May might be. Keep the monkey from. jumping
Kind of
out.
busy this week.
Hanzo,
And then next week,
McCree would work really well.
We have rush
You could
week.
do double snipers
Okay.
if you're feeling
You
it.
think you'll be free like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night?
Or I mean, just like McCree or anything. would be
Even
good.
actually, I don't know why we didn't think about
Wednesday
Reaper
night,
might be
maybe.
a good
Okay.
pick.
We just have our first game
we do
Thursday,
this.
and we haven't been playing very much with our DPS.
I'm gonna have to practice.
Oh, he got so lucky he used immortality.
So if
Yeah.
you can make
I fucking headshot him.
some kind of time to try to get on and play with us, that would be dope. But if not, I know that you got stuff going on. So.
Fucking Hanzo is insane.
Oh, rip, bad shield. They pulled me.
Yeah, I'll try to play some with you guys.
Because Awaker's going to be really cold too.
Rip.
Okay, so right here.
Mhm.
I'm not really sure what happened. I kept going forward and everybody else stayed back. I don't really know what I should have done or if you guys should have followed me. Just noticing that I am either out of position or the call was to go under and no one came. Just we end up getting split here and we all die.
Can you roll it? Oh, you know, it's gonna be hard for you to
I
roll
mean,
it
I
back.
can.
but-
It's fine.
Oh.
Just give me a second.
Wouldn't be a good pick. I don't know. May May might be good. Keep the monkey from jumping out.
Yeah, we also remember the shit that Matt
Yeah, we
gave
forgot
us.
about it. You'll hear us right as we're going out the door, being like,
Or
"Fuck,
I mean, just
I
like
forgot."
McCree or anything. would be
Even
good.
actually, I don't know why we didn't think about this. Reaper might be a good pick.
That's
Oh
true.
fuck,
Just,
we did the base strat. Oh, it's too late.
Still,
Oh, there it is.
So in reality, it probably wasn't too late.
Oh,
We
he
probably
got
could have
so
just went back
lucky
in
he
and
used
swapped, but it's
immortality.
fine.
Wait, they have immortality.
I fucking
yeah, it's not
headshot him.
right now.
Pull him above the shield.
Wow, we got immortality early.
So right here,
Fucking Hanzo is insane.
I do terrible shield. I get pulled up and do terrible shield, and I move under.
So like, do you try
Did
to
the
play?
cart
You
pump
try
you?
to play around your shield.
No, I got pulled by Arissa's pull,
Oh,
and then I
Well, then that's
shot the
just-
shield way forward.
yeah.
Well, that's because you got pulled up. Yeah, you got pulled up in the air. Yeah.
Right. So the shield's like trajectory was longer. I went under.
So was
and
it
everybody
the
else
fact
out
that like
front.
you tried to play around your shield? Is
Yeah,
this why
oh,
you
yeah.
walked up there?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because basically, I felt like if we just stayed there, we were dead. We had no shield. We were already down one. We just used res.
Yeah.
Oh, rip.
We just say if you're I would say Cole in that instance.
I can't move at all.
You just call us walking up and we'll walk up with you.
But Hanzo's
Yeah.
actually like pre-fight.
But I can't
Yeah,
I can't read your
Yeah,
mind.
I don't know. I think.
I think I
Morgan's probably
did say
better
like to
than
go
Morgan.
underneath, but
Well,
it was
actually,
too late.
double sniper.
Austin was in the middle
Well,
of
no,
a res.
Mercy,
I think he
yeah,
would have
I
been
think
caught
Morgan
out. It
was
was. I don't think.
I would say in those instances, don't be afraid to like repeat it multiple times, like just to say it over and over again.
Shoot. No shield, no shield. Don't let it res. Do not let it res.
In an instance where you want us to walk under, just you know, like walk under, or something like that. Or forward.
Yeah, I said that like 4 times here. So
Yeah, like that.
Pulling around.
Like that, but before.
Oh, this is Mercy. Oh, dude, what's that?
from a healer's perspective, is that really difficult for y'all? Like on this map specifically?
To go under?
Well,
As quickly as you were calling it, yes. Just because of they have a widow, don't they?
mm,
I don't think the Widow was pushing it though. I didn't see it though.
No, they had a Hanzo though. So yes, I mean they had like
I mean, I
one shot.
think I just saw on the
potential.
kill feed Hanzo got a headshot or something.
Yeah,
but-
Hanzo domed Mr. Meme in the beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning.
Well, I mean, in our first attempt to rotate under, Hanzo domed Mr. Meme.
Yeah.
And then this time he's around the back shooting dragons, which terrible dragon by the way, but
He's just covering the cart.
On the left side here? Or no?
Yeah, but no one
Do we
was
go
there.
left side
but-
under?
No, no, no.
Line
pull it.
I think it was just like a stall so they can regroup and get the rest of it back for those last few seconds.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
Mortality field so much.
Alvarissa.
Pull it.
I want a Valk here. Push in.
I didn't pull anyone.
I think it was fortified.
Oh, that's it. That was it, actually. Yeah. I think that is true.
I saw the fortify. I think that.
Well, the fortify went up, but Arissa didn't go up with the fortify. She had already fortified because she had no shield. But
You could tell you got excited by the ante because you kind of like jumped a little bit as Arissa.
yeah, it was exciting, dude. There was like 4 of them anti. It's huge. Also, as a DPS, Grant, I think me and Austin been talking about this a lot. He's like, we've really been trying to do more antis and using your nades less defensively and more offensively. So if someone calls that someone's anti, try to like immediately turn your attention to the purple health bar.
Hogs it.
9 times. Well, I'm thinking more of a. It would be cool if someone that was antied, like, you know how immortality will save everyone, right?
Yeah.
It would be really interesting if they changed that to where, like, if you're anti, you're no longer under the effects of the immortality field. That would just be interesting. I don't know if they ever do it, but that would be interesting.
Yeah.
That would make Honest Nade really OP and Bunker way more strong.
Make it more powerful, for
Yeah.
sure.
You like how I
we now
held that
have
hog,
to
dude?
counter, but, like,
I tactical crouched all over that hog's ass, dude.
You have to
Can't do that in the tournament.
I mean, the
Yeah.
ranges are huge.
Wait, you can?
Oh, sorry, I fucked it up.
Can't.
And
It's just a tactical crouch, dude.
God.
although I do tend to spam my crouch when I'm not fighting.
Yeah.
So
I think
all
that's
you have
fine.
to do, Cole, is tactical crouch, but just keep walking forward. You can't stand still.
Toxic.
Just hold that.
They'd never know the difference.
So here we're backing out. We back out there, right? We have 3 ults. One of them is mine, but we have Dragon and Nano. It might have been a decent move there. to
No, we don't have
continue-
Nano, mate.
We have
Dragon and Hog.
Dragon, yeah. So you have
Okay.
tanks and then
It might have been. All I'm saying is we're only down 1 person, and we end up backing out. It might have been useful to like send Dragon or use Hog ult and retake control as I'm coming back in. Because like it's not a lost fight yet.
Yeah, you can still like use the dragons like a zoning tool. Try and make them back up until your
Because
risk gets taken.
we've made that space all the way through the door to that second like corner, and like to keep it, I think it's worth using like an ult.
Yeah, just like a placeholder. No, it should be no worries.
I don't know. Do you disagree, Matt? Or
I don't know. It's hard to tell. With it,
yeah, it's tough.
it may have. I don't know if I had my res up, but it may have given me some space to get a res.
yeah,
I definitely think that's something we should actively look at the
Yeah.
very least.
my idea.
Not giving
I
up
watched
on a
this
5v6.
last night. Yeah, and my idea is we tend to give up on fights a little early when like. So when I died there, it looked like 2 or 3 of them were pretty low health. And if we had popped an ult to zone them or move them around, we probably could have swayed the fight back into our favor, or at least made it even again.
So I think this goes back to the swinging in too many directions, or swinging too tightly in one direction. I think we're afraid to get staggered. We're afraid to
Yeah,
lose because of that.
but if all 5 of you move forward together, the chances of being staggered are slimmer.
No, I think
Yeah,
Cole's.
if
Cole's
you die,
agreeing.
you die as a team.
Not
You
Cole,
don't die
Austin, sorry.
as a retard. Just remember Aftershock's thing. What is it?
I don't know.
Nah, I don't think you always have to die to disengage. Like,
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's good to disengage, and like maybe that was a time. I'm just saying that. Not like I think that we should start thinking about. Okay, it's 5v6. Can we use Dragon to make this 5v5 and then win the fight?
Question: what is Aftershock saying? Is it
I have no clue.
if one person does something, it's a retard. The entire team does it. Plan.
Strategy.
Yeah, we have to agree as a team on the offset. You know. this is what we want. Right?
And in
this
this
is what
case,
we're going
Ace,
to do, rather.
either Ace or whoever's a healer, someone should be calling like, "Hey, like, we're 5v6 right now. Use dragon. Let's turn this back in our favor."
Shoot it around the corner. I can definitely do it. I can definitely see that.
Although it looks like no, we didn't use
Don't
it.
aim it straight ahead. Just aim it like at an angle a little bit. You get what I was saying there, Cole?
Yeah.
Earlier, or like just there, the VOD.
Yeah, Hanzo.
Cole.
See, we didn't really
Yeah.
lose space here. I don't.
No, we didn't. So it's fine. I'm just saying in general, like,
If I get fucking...
We stayed in there. We just played safe.
right. And so that was good. Yeah. I'm not saying in that instance that should happen. I'm just saying we should maybe think about doing that a little bit
Yeah.
more often.
Hanzo 1.
I just think sometimes we give up a little bit too early.
Yeah, I just disagree with like the call that we should all die. Like that's. There's no reason to give him that much ult charge.
No, yeah.
That's okay.
But to charge from
No,
the cover
I don't think
be
that's
worth
what
it.
Remok was saying. I think that Remok was just saying, like, if one person, like, if Hog was to just go in on his own when we're 5v6, that would be killing himself. If we all go
Yeah.
in and then end up dying and losing the fight, that's better. Is I think what he
Yeah, because it's no one's staggered. It's all as a team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to point out.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
not
that we
saying
should
go
all
in there and
walk
just
into
die
that.
and be stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, Arissa wasn't in there by herself. It's just she got focused, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I got
not a
pulled
good
in.
fortify here. This isn't gonna be. I think you die here. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, bad fortify. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
I was watching this last night. I did this like 3 times. Not into a hall goal, but like I used my fortify late twice, and then I used it early once right there. Like, actually, no, I know what happened there. I got pulled in and used fortify to get
Yep.
out, and then he ulted. It's a free kill from a hog perspective.
Where is she?
all the time. You take the whole brunt of the damage.
Yep.
I think I grant.
What team did you scrimmage or we scrimmage against?
It's a gold team.
Can we get this res
It's actually
here,
a gold team. We're going out.
I hate when that happens, dude.
Yeah, like,
When I'm pulled up into the air too.
so I think I
Push
was
it back.
good.
We gotta go through that.
Anyone behind Mercy, Mercy, behind that.
Lamp. Got it.
Hog.
Hog's anti.
Easy cleanup, boys.
Where's that?
That was a really good dragon, Grant.
Thanks.
You're pretty good, Grant. Just want you to know that. You actually are. We've all improved so much. It's pretty cool to see.
Nice. We're huge. Oh! I got it again. It's going above.
Did you damage me? Yeah.
You can see my brain lag there, dude.
Can you come to the edge and get me?
You got it.
You got full?
You got it, Cole. You got this.
On the hog with one.
I'm gonna try to res it.
I'm doing this.
Widow and Hanzo on the right.
Ooh, nice. Hey, we're gonna.
My God.
I'm orbiting the left, right. Sorry, I'm orbiting the right.
That brings me so much pleasure, considering like how many times Mercy's gotten res off on us.
Hog purple. Nice. You guys
Hey, we did it faster than
Good round.
I think the next one's Dorado, so we can just do that one.
Oh, so we did win that one.
Yeah.
I
Technically.
mean, both of us made it to the
Did
end.
it faster, I guess. We won.
Okay. Called a tie.
I wish I was.
We did that twice with them.
Gotta come
actually.
over here to the left side, and
Oh, do we want to do this fight,
You
this
have
map?
gold to live.
let's switch it up.
I think it's the one with the big.
You got this.
I kind of think we should do
Y'all
Dorado.
did do 5 maps.
Can we do
Oh,
Dorado
interesting.
instead of this one? Instead of
Yeah,
Nepal?
I say do Dorado. You haven't.
You Dorado. Then
We played a pretty trash Nepal, though, I can tell you that.
But
It's something
you
where I think we're gonna have to look at for sure, just for time purposes.
I think Dorado is
Dorado.
the better one.
We've been doing this for 2 hours now.
We've been doing it for 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Is it really been 45 minutes?
Yeah.
What?
Wait, no, we started at 3 EST, right?
We
Yeah.
started at 3 RT.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
so we did
you're
it for an
right,
hour
you're right,
45. Hey, fuck you, Cole.
I'm wrong.
20.
Play with this guy.
Dang.
Tesla.
Cool.
Hate that guy.
Dude, he actually throws. Dude, we were playing a game earlier. Oh my god. This dude said he's a
Fucking hate that
healer.
guy.
I've never seen someone not heal so much.
That was actually a slight undercut because he really
Exactly the
did.
game
He's a
fucking
terrible
time.
healer. He's like a terrible healer.
Are you talking
That's no exaggeration. He is that bad.
At healing, yeah, he's a terrible healer.
Don't
He's
pick him.
constantly trying to snipe like Widow on
Pick your man.
As on night.
Wait, what? Are,
Ooh.
Only if you picked up Lucio, that would have been horrible.
We never swapped the team. Like,
Which one are you going?
Dude, you do you, man.
Sad
I'll go after you. You pick you.
they still hadn't started it, so.
Someone please.
Yeah, they
Oh
have.
yeah, they have. JK, I'm retarded.
I kind of like that about Brad is he's pretty genuine with like I'll flex around you.
Yeah.
He's not a dick about it.
that's so dumb. We can't. I'm like Austin. Fuck, he's such a dick, dude.
Man, fuck Sigma.
Sorry, maybe.
God damn it.
He'll be in there
I'm fucking
eventually.
I'm just fucking with you.
They said if he comes out when season 18 comes out, that you could start playing him then, like September 1st.
So we can't use him in our streams, but we can't use him.
We don't know if he's
There's just no point using him in the scrim if you can't use him in game.
Oh, true. Okay, but so we don't know if he's gonna be in the Rose Cup.
No, he's not until he is like officially in, like season
Competitive.
18.
Like September 1st, right?
Yeah, unless he does not end in September 1st. Then.
Okay, so we went on a whole circle about that one.
RC, come damage with me. Which one are you? Who's whispering? I'm just gonna be over here with the brothers. Oh. Having a good time.
Don't get
They have a monkey.
dinked.
They have a Hanzo. And a Widow.
And a widow, yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
We probably, yeah, as Matt said, we probably should have expected dive, and we probably should have went
They're
reaper.
left here. They're in there somewhere.
their Mercy to score in the back.
They did not mix it up at all, dude.
Yeah, they didn't.
They're boring.
To be fair, pretty sure we played all
In the back.
Orisa
And the monkey.
3 of the 4.
Fucking 18 out.
Hey, you punished him that
Yeah,
time
we
though.
punished the fuck out
You
of
see
it.
me?
Although they're still pushing the card.
Rotate, rotate.
Oh, I got sniped.
Good fucking Anna, dude.
What?
I'm
Like-
asleep? I'm asleep?
Come on,
Oh, that
that
was
didn't
so
kill her.
bad.
I'm so sad. Oh,
That made me so mad, dude.
Cole, if you would have hit those headshots, she was dead.
Okay. Yeah, that
No.
dumb bitch had her nade come up right as she's walking around that fucking corner, dude. I was so
Bruh,
mad.
dude, if you had hit headshots there, it was free low.
Yeah.
Oh.
JK, I don't have it on cooldown.
Do it.
I don't have it on cooldown.
Do it.
That was so sick. That like they literally look like an action movie.
Actually, mad I didn't one shot that person.
Have hooking too.
Over at pool.
Got hooked.
I think Monkey's behind us.
Oh, he's above us. He's above us. Watch out. Watch out.
Watch out, Honda's on you.
Ow.
Oh man,
She
she's
started
doing really
eating 'em.
good.
She actually started doing that this map like constantly. She was eating them every single
Break that shield,
time.
you can pull it.
Protect the need your only.
So maybe that's why they ran dive.
It's for the diva.
One
Yeah.
one thing, Ace, is I'm constantly looking for
No,
pools.
just let me- I'll pull when I
Yeah.
So
You guys have bongos. You just have to disrupt their push if you need to.
Alright.
Yeah.
calling me to do a pool is usually makes me think about it too much.
In the back.
Just so you know, I'm looking for them. Like I if you notice, like I'll use them pretty close to on cooldown unless like it's very chaotic. But
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
if there's not like a good opportunity where I think like you're in range and stuff, like I'm not gonna use it.
Anna's just kind of alone right there.
That's fair.
Monkey
He's
just
back.
Kill him. Make him spawn late.
So this
So they
was.
start backing up.
Did we get punished here for pushing up too far?
What is this?
I don't think so.
I only have a W key.
I was gonna say, dude.
Dragon this
I'll
fight.
try to drag in this next
Oh
fight.
no, actually we're good.
Yeah.
Should have just ulted them right out of the spawn, Grant. I'm just kidding.
Monkey's staging up top.
Oh, no.
I got this res.
Monkey's marked. DB's marked.
I'm looking to ult here probably. Close to window. I'm looking to
Stop!
ult.
Oh!
Transient, yes.
That was better trans,
Pull that window. Can you
They
pull
have
that window?
sights.
I think.
Did she eat that one as well?
No, it's
No, she didn't eat that one. That one just didn't get anybody.
Alright, they're zoned out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I had sworn they were sitting on that window, so my idea was that it would just be a free pull.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they ended up dropping down either way, so I don't know. They either ducked either side of the hallway or they dropped down. I didn't see.
It's unfortunate about the dragon. I guess they just had mobility to get out of it, but it's fine because it backed him up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if
Want to make her own talk, right?
You said go ahead, dragon.
Yeah, not you.
That was good. That was
He
good.
was talking to me. He was talking to me.
Oh shoot! I need to go get my pizza rolls done.
Listen, Discord. Listen, Mark.
Oh, Raging Monkey.
just get sniped.
Question: can you eat like erase shields as a diva? This is a projectile.
No, you can't.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's the first time I was punished for a res.
We're 4 down. It's 4v2 right now.
I got trance this next fight.
Oh,
It's a good hold though.
almost got dragon again.
No leap.
Oh, hello there, monkey.
I'm gonna just save trance for.
That one broke line of sight.
Alright, we're 4v6.
Done.
Do this guy long spawn. Play safe. Hanzo's back. Be careful.
Right.
Monkey behind.
Okay,
He has no shield.
I'm pretty sure I know what happens here, and so those 2 snipers are in this top window, right? And they're literally just sniping people as they walk out of spawn. We couldn't make the swap to Monkey here. I mean, I guess we could have, but Ace would have basically wasted like a ton of time running back, or I would have, whoever swapped. I don't really know what the play was here. I guess it would have just been back up, help my peoples get out of spawn, and get
If they were up there, I needed to walk up there in some capacity to contest that area. Like I just needed to walk up there.
Because
But
I'm
there's no
pretty damn
real way to
sure
get there besides dive.
we all get pretty frustrated here
Well,
because I think Grant gets picked off twice, and I think Mad gets picked off coming out too. I'm not sure, but
So here's what we do. We go through the bank.
yeah,
True.
Yeah, but I'm just this is something that they did over and over again that we should either me as a tank or him as a tank. Or someone needed to go up, and it doesn't look like Mercy got picked off because it looked like she's damage boosting somebody right now. But I'm pretty sure this happens more than once.
Those snipers are back behind you guys.
Diva.
Yeah, or Diva. But the thing is, a swap right there, I think would have been harder than.
Fuck. She peeked as
Would have
soon as I
been
looked away.
may have been
Yeah.
easier to jump off the cliff and save time, but I think I have too much.
Snipers are in bad
so
angles. They
far.
have to position in the spawn.
Yeah, well,
I don't know what to do.
you can try to pull her off. That's the only thing I can
I
think
mean,
of.
I tried already.
Our hog.
We have to contest them.
Well, that's what I was doing.
So right here, I kind of think that he probably should have swapped off Zen
Yeah, Sin's isn't a sniper.
against 2 snipers and dive. I don't think Zen's the call. I think that Zen's just gonna get done.
Lucio's way better. You can get out and you can actually contest the snipers. If you're ballsy.
I kind of think when I was looking this back, I watched this last night. I think we should have went counter dive and just dove them back. But
Alright, there's nothing I can do.
Well, that too.
Can we go monkey?
Without
but
Mercy.
yeah, we should have
Yeah.
definitely gone through the bank. That's a good call. I didn't even think about that.
Hanzo Widow is all we can do. Just make sure you're trying to spend time focusing on them.
But yeah, we have like 5 ults now, and I'm pretty sure we just give up this
Can we
point.
contest this?
Yes, we
Just call
gotta
where they are. Just call where they are.
They use.
I'm gonna trans this. I'm transing this with you, Cole.
Fucking kill cams are off, dude. Forgot.
Monkey's Discord is kind of low. He's half. Might go
Got
Ana.
Reaper, I guess. I don't know, that's not really good against the Widow though.
No, I think that's really
Go
the
Reaper,
best
go
we can do.
Maybe like a
I,
Reaper.
you can go Reaper run. I can get the widow in there.
It's also the Hanzo too is the issue.
I can get the Hanzo. I need someone to follow up and like zone out the Mercy so she doesn't res it.
Yeah.
I mean, even if she does res it, at least she doesn't have res anymore.
You're gonna answer.
That's what I was.
They use bubble. They use bubble.
Hanzo's behind. Hanzo behind.
Monkey's on me.
Diva's charging me.
Monkey's one.
Yeah, we were just kind of getting picked apart by the dive. We should have made swaps, I think.
Okay.
I can't heal you there. I'm trying to contest.
Do you guys agree?
Monkey's
What's
safe,
up?
monkey's safe, monkey's safe.
Did you hear what I said?
Hanzo's
We were just
super
getting
low.
picked
I
apart by the
didn't
dive.
hear.
We should have made
Just let me
swaps.
finish.
Oh, I got it in a bad position.
Like, I don't really know there's much to say.
Oh wow, sorry, I had myself muted again. But no, yeah, it's tough. Like, I can deal with what they have, Hanzo, and what's the other one, Widow, right?
It's up on the screen.
Yeah, sorry, I whatchamacallit, Discord in the way. Yeah.
So in this
Yeah.
situation, what do you think we should have done? Mad, Grant, do you have any, like... Because they're like, if you watch the kill feed, they're just constantly picking us off. Like, we're not able to live through this whole third point.
Would you have been okay going Wrecking Ball here?
Yeah, and I do end up going Wrecking Ball at the end, but it's just like a last minute, like, I'm just going to stall.
Yeah.
I'm not really playing it that well. Like,
Would you been okay with, instead of Orisa beforehand, switching to Ball?
yeah, but I think that the comp needed to swap with us if we were going to swap.
Yeah, I agree. So we would have had to something, I guess, more in their face, dive based.
Like, I think
I don't know
Meme
what those
probably
would
should have went
be,
to
but-
Moria, maybe. Austin.
Yeah.
Mori's
Mori's
not
already good.
bad.
And then maybe a Reaper and a Soldier, or maybe a Reaper and like a Genji. I don't know. Like,
I don't know about Genji. Maybe Genji. It depends, because they do have like Winston and Diva. So I don't know. But Reaper
Grant,
would have been
do
a good
you
call.
have any
for sure.
ideas?
Against this?
Yeah, because this whole fight, this whole match, we kind of like we stabilize in the first point, then we lose it, and then we get picked off over and over again in the second point, and then they just kind of roll to the end of the third point.
I mean, like I was saying, Diva would be good.
Okay, but what about DPS wise? Like, that's what you're playing.
Oh,
Like, do you have any-
DPS.
Yeah, because like I don't really
Wow.
know besides a Reaper, like what would be good.
It was hard to really go counter sniper since they were running dive.
Right.
Maybe a May.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's not that. No,
Yeah, because they have no
maybe
DPS
Reaper.
with them. It's just gonna be one healer and 2 tanks diving. So if you can just outdamage the incoming dive, you just kind of have free time to do the snipers, right? Or
Yeah. I think Reaper is definitely one of them that should have been played.
then Chris
Well, he's really bad against the snipers, though.
Yeah.
Well,
that's true.
that's where like me and Cole would have came in running like in this instance I would say like Winston and Paul.
I mean, I guess I could have tried to flank them with a Reaper, like teleport to their flank and distract them and stuff. But
I don't really know how would counter dive work in a way where basically the DPS would actually be frontlining and then the tanks would be dealing with the snipers?
yeah,
Is that kind of what like the idea of
at
counter
least
dive
one
is?
tank to deal with that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine also
Okay.
splitting resources to
Yeah, because
handle.
I gotta go, so I'm sorry.
no, you're
Alright,
good.
dude, see ya.
ya.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good.
It's been
I
2
mean-
hours.
Yeah, we're almost done. This map's like close to being done, and I have somewhere to be soon, anyways. But just for thoughts, maybe we should practice counter dive or some kind of just something that's good against dive,
Yeah.
because we basically just get tore apart here. Like we do end up stalling them into overtime, I think. But yeah,
Rip.
yeah.
Pretty impressive, all things considered.
Mercy one.
If anything, we have our stall on point.
Can't get her.
Already got her. Already got her. They have no mercy.
I'm coming.
On his slow.
Yeah, maybe Reaper would have been good here. Just had to like play careful.
Standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm stalling as much as I can. I stalled the ones I could. Call target, get the out.
On it. Never mind. Go ball, contest. Do your job, just get them to overtime.
Man, we are eating away their time.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
An entire minute we spent on fucking stall.
Yep. From asleep in the back line.
I like it. I like using the bubble.
Okay. Oh, goodbye.
Oh yeah, I'm dead here. This was just me being retarded. I could have easily
Lucy, wait,
pulled around the corner.
Keep one on card. Keep one on card.
Well, I kind of see you wanted someone to stay on card, like
Yeah.
to ensure it.
Diva.
Also, this is just madness, and somehow we pull it out. I don't even know if they make it in. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
No, we stall them. Yeah. We end up winning this one because I think we push it farther. I think.
I'm on Mara.
I feel like we win this.
Wow.
Ah, yeah, there it is.
Ah, the monkey. Oh, nice getting back.
Lucy goes back. Boom. He's off.
Oh, stall homies.
And you see what I mean, like where we were running like Winston,
Running ball.
Winston ball, right?
Winston, if you want
Right.
to.
Like I think
The 2 snipers, no shield.
I don't know. I like Winston
I
ball
think
better
they're
than I
gonna
like
run,
Winston Diva.
Winston
That's
ball.
just me.
Do you think they're gonna run 2 snipers again?
I don't know why. That's just what I like.
They're gonna
Well, I really like ball.
I'm pretty confident they run it.
Yeah, you like ball. I like Winston.
We can have
And
Grand
then-
Scout with Sombra if you want.
I'm okay if we
I
wanna
bought
run
the
a
Nutsacks
dive running-
gold guns on one of my accounts.
I still don't understand why you call
I
him
think
that.
I'm close to Winston's gold Tesla gun, but you get you
He's not
you see what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
rather if we do run dive,
I'll probably do it.
run like a Winston and ball, or I run Winston, you
Or
run
you
ball.
might even be able to
You
scout
play
this
main,
for
I
you.
play off tank.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't think
Ivana,
Grant don't go
no.
out. Grant don't go out.
Arissa, Hog, Baptiste.
See snipers?
Let me see. Hanzo.
Oh, I really like the scout from the Hanzo.
Widow.
So in that situation, I want to
We
go
do mess it up here.
for
We end up going out like
Oh, you're going.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, onion ring.
Yeah.
Hands up here. Up it.
we didn't communicate it well enough what we were gonna do, depending on the characters that they had.
They have no hook,
But
they have
yes,
no
the idea was there.
hook. Can we call?
You definitely
But
onion.
you switched. I thought we were going dive.
Like even if we don't stick on Hanzo and Sombra, I think the scout is very valuable. If we have spawn advantage, we should take it. Yeah, we should use that.
I was saying, hell no, you ain't getting that res.
Like even just shooting a sonic arrow where most likely they're gonna be set up.
So I did it
And
again,
switching.
dude. I move up, and like no one comes, and I think that I just need to be more like aware of the fact that no one else is coming with me or something. Like
What do you mean?
I'm thinking the safest thing to do there is to move past that high ground where they have the advantage.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, but anyways, just
They're focusing me right now, or they're trying to figure out where I am.
Pull him above the shield. I'm gonna hook out here.
What DPS do we have?
Hanzo.
He's down here with me.
Sombra.
This is.
Damn it.
So when you say no one moves up, are you just talking about like I need to fly past
You
you?
didn't have to stay on Sombra, sorry.
Well, I turned around when I was up there, and 3 people had died behind me.
Mercy, or what? Maze on me, sorry.
Oh, Hanzo's on the flank.
Yeah, don't use ult. Or actually ult, fucking, huh? You guys get kills.
I need help with the main.
Okay, let's watch it back again. Because I'm thinking maybe Hanzo and Sombra might be off doing their own things, and it might just be the tanks and the supports.
Okay.
I agree.
They're
I can
very
dive.
good.
Me diving them's not an issue.
Yeah, I think we just need, if we die, yeah, if you
I
pressure
just
them,
need
they don't
healing
know what
when
to
we
do.
do. That's my only.
When we can't do shit.
They're focusing me right now, or they're trying to figure out where I am.
This is too far. Fuck.
Pull him above the shield. I'm gonna hook out here. Grant.
He's not here.
Will you do it, Brad?
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, let Brad do it. Or you might even be able to scout with Widow in there, I don't know.
It's okay. I don't think
Ivana,
Grant.
I'm thinking maybe like in my brain right now, what's telling me is like I need to stay behind my tank.
Yeah.
But what you're wanting is for me to go in front of you,
Let me see. Let me see. Hanzo.
right?
No. They have May.
Yeah.
They have May instead of Widow.
So that situation.
So we didn't really scout there. Just people. We went out. Like Mr. Meme was out on the
Oh,
cart.
you're going.
I think manga had a sync.
Ooh, onion ring.
Hanzo up here. Cover.
May try to wall us off.
They have no hook. They have no hook. Can we call?
You definitely
But
onion.
you switched.
You always have to refresh it twice for some
Yeah,
reason.
no, I switched. Yeah, because they're running bunker. I wasn't gonna run.
Oh, you
So right here. Hanzo's up there fighting.
Madman.
Dies. Both DPS is dead. The healer's already dead, and I move forward. Yeah.
Oh, you wanna go very
So yeah, me and Hog were up there. Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
It's like Grant like not in chat.
Hold on, man, I can't see what you're.
Right here.
It's not refreshing.
So Grant.
He's not.
All right, now you can play.
Where are you at right now?
It's frozen on a screen, showing the heroes tab.
Running ball Winston if you wanted to.
With the 2 snipers, no shield.
I think they're gonna run whatchamacallit. Do you think they're gonna run 2 snipers again here on the heads?
They might.
They're gonna run at least one. I'm pretty confident they're gonna run at least one.
We can have Grant scout with Sombra if you want to.
Let's do that. Let's just chill and spawn,
Yeah.
have Grant Scout, and then we'll decide.
Your safety is my primary concern.
You got that, Grant?
No.
Grant?
He's not here.
Yeah.
Will you do it, Brad?
Not-
Yeah, let Brad do it.
We don't have to finish this either. If you guys are
Or
ready
you might even be able to scout with Widow.
go.
Or do you have to go?
No, I mean I'm fine.
I don't think
I
Grant.
I don't have to be
Grant,
anywhere till
don't go
6.
out. Grant, don't go out.
It's up to you. I'm letting my pizza rolls cold.
Arissa, Baptiste.
2 snipers.
Let me see. Hanzo. No. They have May. They have May instead of Widow.
So in that situation, you might want to go Pharah. Or Junkrat or something.
Oh, you're going.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, onion ring.
Hanzo up here. Cover.
May try to wall us off.
They have no hook. They have no hook. Can we call?
You definitely
But
onion.
you switched. I thought we were going dive.
Yeah, no, I switched. Yeah, because they're
Yeah,
running bunker. I wasn't gonna run.
Oh, you fucking one shot me, dude.
Grant's playing like a madman.
So
I was saying, hell no, you ain't getting that res.
I don't think there's anything could have been done
Or you
here.
want to go Pharah.
You guys are 3v6.
Honestly, just swap to Pharah or something.
Yeah. I mean, I could have flown past you, but I just
I think it would have been a reset either way. 'cause
Didn't
we had
hear it.
lost both DPS.
So Grant's not in chat right now.
I'm gonna go ahead and go and eat dinner. But this will be
Alright.
good.
I'm kidding.
all right. So you do.
I will see you guys. I'll probably try to practice maybe later tonight if you guys are on.
Okay.
But if not, I'll play with you guys tomorrow
Above
before.
the
Yeah,
shield, I'm gonna
probably
put
tomorrow.
out.
I'll see you.
See ya.
He's down here with me.
See ya.
This is no breathe. Nice.
You didn't have
Yeah,
to
we can
jump.
stop if you
Sorry
guys
if
are ready
you
to
want
stop.
switch.
No,
I'm separating from you guys in the back. Okay.
Mercy, or what? May's on me, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, thank you. Oh, she got me. Never mind.
Don't use
I see what you were trying to do there.
Actually, oh, fucking, huh? You guys get kills.
I need help with the mate.
I think it actually ended up working. Oh well,
Oh, rip.
that was a pretty decent stall
Yeah,
from
it's
her.
actually broken. They need to fix that.
He's hacked.
Oh, and she's Blizzard. Oh,
Ulting here.
fucking May.
We're even right
I think
now.
we end up getting the point
I
because
think
we're
we're
still
even.
the
Maybe we
still
should
up.
run May on defense, May.
Left side of cart.
We should always run May. She's so OP.
Hey,
Did
no,
you
no.
see how she's frozen me and Hog at the same time?
Ah, fucking
Did you see that?
collat freezes.
That was
Are you
crazy.
kidding me?
Yeah.
That's broken. They should remove that from the game.
Really, we just need to be running Sim all the time.
Oh,
every
look at that
single
though. We
game.
push it.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
play.
mean we were up.
Wait.
The May was the only one there.
Okay. Never mind. Give me 6 seconds.
I died, but I think
I'm gonna
everybody
use
else
you
was
whenever we
there.
get close to him.
I think I said that in
2
comms
seconds?
too. I was like, we're up. But
Oh, I had it muted. Sorry.
They walled it. Well, that's okay. Oh, good.
We have Valkyrie, and we also have.
Interesting. He didn't hook you.
Is that okay?
Hold on, I'm like
I must
actually
have seen
frozen
that I
right
was.
now.
Push the shield, push the shield.
Oh, the wall.
What? How did you fucking get that thing off?
He
I'm
had
not
it before you
EMP'd.
EMP'd, I think. He pressed you before you EMP'd, I think.
So one thing I kind of like about Mercy was like the walls weren't too much of a problem for me. I was able to fly over them.
I'm not gonna lie, Grant. I was vaping there, and so you just died because I was vaping.
I'm gonna back.
I think Austin actually also died there, and I was like, "Fuck."
I can't.
I didn't know that, but thanks.
Yeah, so I'm just standing there like watching him die, like and my hand's not on the mouse. So I'm like, "Oh well, rip."
That's why you walk so like linearly.
Yeah, that is.
I'm over it, dude. I'm fucking sniping.
They have a Hanzo.
I can't. Shield down.
Oh, watch this, Steve.
Yes.
I take a big shitload of damage here.
Versus
On the wall.
one?
No, right here. Watch this.
Back up.
Oh wait, we go. Must be next push.
Yeah, Blizzard, that was it. They're really good at spacing out their ults, so you know they're gonna have an ult this next fight. Either it's gonna be like Ant Matrix or Trans or something.
They have trans, 100%.
I'm using bongos this fight.
They should have Matrix as well.
Yes. They also might have bongos, or they use bongos.
I like the
I do sound
Pharah.
really quiet to you guys.
Yeah, you are. I'm telling you, dude. I got you on 200% all the time.
Let's do it.
That's just my voice, I guess.
Look at this. Look how much damage I
Unless
take
I'm
coming
drinking,
down.
then I'm pretty loud.
Look at that, dude.
I don't have hook and I have hook and 5.
They're focusing me right now.
Right.
Yeah, we can show we can push in here.
Call.
Sounds like they're standing hog around for you.
Oh, I know what it was. Like
Hanzo in the back.
Hide behind the cart.
this week, my voice has been very tired because I got a new student at work. I'm talking so much at work.
Sure.
Sure. You don't believe me?
Rip that nano.
I'm dead behind.
You're always fucking quiet, Matt.
Sorry, let's push.
Hanzo is behind.
That was a good nano on Grant.
Yeah, but he's so far behind he can't do shit. He's being dumb.
I bet she's like, man, I got this hog. He has ult though, so watch out.
Oh, they have a hog Winston?
He's bongos. Shoot bongos.
Yeah, I haven't used them yet. Rip. But like Grant ulted, the fight was won.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not with you.
You know. But
Yeah,
that
yeah.
comes down to I think.
Well,
spacing
also,
out
I think
ults
like
better.
every time you said you want to use them, like you just been picked first, even though we won the fight.
Yeah.
You got picked first, so
I'm throwing, dude.
That's fair.
I like
They don't
taking the
have help?
space.
Oh, fuck.
I really like taking the space.
It tends to go bad for me though when like Hog's
No,
not
here
with
it was
me.
successful. What are you talking about?
Well, when Hog's not with me, it's like really unsuccessful. That's like I tend to die
Well,
first.
people
I feel
just
like.
need to like so.
Oh, fuck.
Sometimes people freak out because we don't have 3 on cart. I think that's fine sometimes.
I actually tend to think 1 on card is better.
Yeah, he's gonna get back to us.
Oh,
And taking space and then like backing up slowly because they can't just like bum rush you.
Okay, he's laid out.
You got monkey bottom, monkey bottom. He dropped-
Especially if you use
dropped back.
bongos, that's gonna back them up, you know?
Yeah.
And if you have like the off tank and maybe a DPS with you, or at least a support, yeah.
Look at all here.
Yeah.
Look at all.
I can't remember what support we're running right now. Mercy and something else.
Look at me.
Yo, me behind.
Mercy's in.
Oh.
Yo, the monkey behind on our Ana. Or Mercy. And on
He's sleeping, he's sleeping, he's sleeping.
Nice shield.
You guys are huge.
We got folks on who their next person is.
I
Zen,
think
focus Zen, focus
Yeah,
Zen.
McCree coming out. McCree coming out.
I think we
He's
lose
got
this.
flashbang.
Aparissa.
Breathing, alright. Whoever's in the back right there. Focus him.
Monkey first.
Actually,
Tracer's on
I don't remember.
Nice.
there's one in the kill feed.
Healing.
Yeah, yes, I was about to say here, just use it. Like, fuck it. We're getting so close that it might even just last the duration of the round.
That Lucio?
Monkey, McCree, get all behind him.
Grant comes in with a big asshole.
Oh, huge, dude.
Get the tracer, get the tracer, get the tracer.
That's huge.
Blade.
Yeah.